Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kezar Pavillion here in San Francisco, California, where the Academy of Art Urban Knights will square off against the Notre Dame de Namur Argonauts. Nice to have you with us, everyone. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson. And Talia, these are two teams that are still trying to get a rhythm, but the Academy of Art, the Lady Urban Knights, are coming off a nice win.
Yeah, they definitely are. There's definitely been a culture shift this season for sure. You know, Coach Alan McQuarrie brought in some new talent from University of California, the Bears, I believe, yes, and with assistant coach, sorry, Noah Casaquet. So he brings in a whole new mentality and game to our Lady Knights. They're coming off of a great win last week Friday. They did lose to Biola, however, on Saturday, so they're trying to find that rhythm, as you say. Whereas our Argonauts, Lady Argonauts, they're kind of trying to find rhythm. They won their first game a few weekends ago, and then they've had consecutive losses since then. So, yeah.
Well, you have two teams trying to have some type of
Mhm.
consistency and find it. This broadcast is brought to you by the School of Communications and Media Technologies here at the Academy of Art. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson, and we got to be careful. There's some volleyballs flying everywhere, but we'll take a brief break and be back for the start of this match. We're back, everyone, at Kezar Pavillion here in San Francisco, California. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson. And Talia, it's about to get going. The match is going to get underway. Set one. What are your expectations for the Urban Knights?
I think my expectations for the Urban Knights is to try and figure out, like we were talking about earlier, their rhythm. You know, trying to figure out their chemistry, their communication on the court. They have great chemistry off the court. It's all about finding that same energy on the court, you know, binding and bonding together, just having a very loose but energetic, you know, play all together. As for the Argonauts, I think that they're coming off of a lot of losses, you know, so they're looking to come in and ultimately take this first big time home game win from the Lady Knights. So yeah.
Right. As this broadcast, we do want to mention, is brought to you by the School of Communications and Media Technologies here at the Academy of Art University. We are going to get on our way with the set, and finally it's going. We have a nice crowd, athletes backing athletes. It should be quite entertaining.
Here we go. Mariana with a pass error, first of the night.
Yeah, as the first set starts at 7:06, we're on time, relatively.
Close enough.
As we'll see Bennett get it going. But you talked about the lack of errors that the Lady Urban Knights need to have, as we saw a great dig there. But the Urban Knights, they need to be consistent, wouldn't you say?
Yes, they do need to bring consistency to the court. As Jillian Wheaton has an attempt hit.
Just going to get it over.
High swing by Schaefer.
And that will be in for the Lady Urban Knights, and the game gets started rather quickly. The momentum, it seems the crowd's into it. It's going to be entertaining.
So you see Mariana, she's a very smart and complex player. She knows the open shots. She has a very high volleyball IQ, so I'm very excited to watch her tonight. Reinhold, she's had a lot of digs this season, surprisingly. I remember last season she was struggling a little bit defensively, but this season, as you can see, she's picking up a lot more balls.
As Pollock did try to tip that over, a great block attempt there. The Lady Argonauts still have it, and a diving attempt by Pollock, and the point will belong to the Lady Argonauts. What do you think the Argonauts need to do? They did drop some games in a row. That can be, you know, hurtful to your chemistry. It's frustrating when you lose consecutive matches.
Well, as you can see, the Lady Knights, they bring a lot of height to the table. So ultimately, the Argonauts, in order to be successful, they're either going to have to mix up their hits, or they're going to have to hit high hands, you know, try and attempt to hit the top of their fingers to go out to tool them to use them.
And that error by Ferreira makes it 3-1 Lady Argonauts, and block attempt, they'll just get it over. Hollins gets it. Outside, Lady Urban Knights get it, and they dump it right over.
As you can see, you know, when they're coming together, that's something that last year they weren't as consistent with doing. And, you know, like I said, bringing that team chemistry, they really were working hard in practice yesterday when I was watching, when I was observing them. They're trying really hard to bring that whole new culture that Coach Noah is bringing from Cal.
As Michaela Charette with a perfect serve. And Talia, as a collegiate volleyball player, when you serve, the goal, wouldn't it be to just get it right over the net where it just kisses it almost?
It's kind of tricky. You want to have movement in the ball. The serve that we're watching Michaela be successful at right now is a jump float. So she's ultimately making that ball catch air. She's making it catch movement. So it gives the passers not a lot of time to decide, am I going right, am I going left, am I going short, am I going deep, you know?
Yeah, that's 2 consecutive points. So easy work as of now. Great block, stays with the Argonauts. We're just getting going as the point belongs once again to the Lady Urban Knights, but 5-3, Lady Urban Knights lead set 1. We're here at Kezar Pavillion here in San Francisco, California, as 2 teams trying to find a rhythm. But yes, Michaela, she's doing her job already.
Yeah, she's definitely doing her job right now. But, you know, it goes a little long. Sometimes that can happen. It can happen when, you know, you catch the ball underneath and it's going a little too high, and that's okay. I think what Coach McQuarrie was head coach Alan McQuarrie was saying was that he'd rather have them being more aggressive than giving kind of fluff balls, you know, to the opposing team.
Right, as we see some adjustments here by the Lady Argonauts. But you are right with one thing. The height differential is noticeable. It seems the Lady Argonauts, they have some height on their side, and the Urban Knights more, what would you say, skill? Or they still have height, but a mixture of both.
Yes, they do. As we watch Mariana give a nice little tip.
is now on the left side.
So this is the key player we're going to be watching for the Argonauts is Diamond Hollis. Now she has just a strong arm swing, but obviously not as strong as Our Lady Knights.
Yeah, that was a powerful one. Yeah, that was.
I heard that one through the headphones.
Yeah, they will have to check the air on that ball, and that's probably why they're getting a new one. Is the Lady Urban Knights will serve it with Ferriero. But as you were saying.
Yeah. So if we can see here with the Argonauts too, they have a two-person pass, serve, receive, which is can be unusual. Usually you want 3, it gives you more court coverage, but as you can see, they're not very successful right now with their pass, serve, receive, and I think it's because they only have 2 players in the back row.
Yeah, Martinez tried to get it over, but the angle was not quite right. But you're right, they're not the serve. It seems that's the #1 goal, and right now they just can't get it going. Once again, ditto. It seems like a recording. This is great serving.
Ace, yes, great serving. Now that's the thing about volleyball is it's pass serve game. If you have great passing, great serving, ultimately it's good offense, good defense. It's just you're gonna play off of each other. If you can have strong aspects in both parts, like Our Lady Knights are right now, you're gonna be successful.
Right, it's Ferriero with another ace, and you can see the frustration on the side of Billingsley, the interim head coach, as the coaching staff's frustrated now because that ball dies. It's similar to baseball with the knuckleball.
Yeah.
It just dies.
And they're not quite adjusting. If you're watching, they're staying on the back red line. If you can see viewers on the back red line of the court, they're staying deep, not adjusting, coming forward. Like, why would you not come forward?
And as for the Urban Knights, it seems as of now, it's okay. Is there any adjustments that you see maybe that the common viewer wouldn't? Because right now they are winning, but that does not quite mean that you don't adjust.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's only set 1, Anthony.
Yeah.
No, I think they're doing great. I think their energy is great, and we're excited to keep watching them. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're back here in San Francisco, California at Kezar Pavillion. It is Dig Pink Night for the Academy of Our Lady Urban Knights, and Dig Pink Night has always had a significant meaning for the Urban Knights, and it has a bigger one, we say, this year.
And I think it's because of, one of our fellow student athletes, Zach May. If you could just keep, him and his family in your prayers, and hopefully if you want to just donate to his GoFundMe page at artuathletics.com/Zach May. You can donate today. You can donate right now, actually. As we see another kill from Carly Evitz.
Yeah, now it's 10-4. But yes, to piggyback on what you were saying, Talia, and viewers watching, a member of our own, the Urban Knights family, Academy of Art Baseball alumni Zach May was recently diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that is exactly why we're keeping him in our prayers as the Lady Argonauts strike here to make it 10-5. But yes, keep him in your prayers. It is a battle on. It is stage 4, and we do wish him and his family, the biggest prayers and support from the ARTU family in sports. We're all one, regardless if you graduate or not.
Yeah, exactly. We're all one.
Yeah.
And we just had a substitution for the Argonauts as Samantha Johnson and Destiny Williams stepped in.
As Pollock fires one over, and the point will belong to the Lady Urban Knights.
Due to a net violation by the Argonauts. Now, these are things that you want to clean up. Net violations, doubles by setters, just random things that give away up 3 points to the other team. And you don't want to do that, and I think that's what's frustrating our Argonauts head coach over here. As we watch Katharina jump serve. Nice top spin, but it's going to go out.
Yeah, a lot of power on that. When you're shorter, wouldn't you say the angle can be tougher to get it over, right?
Yes, I think it can be tougher. I just think that she kind of got underneath that one rather than snapping on top of it. But, if she can snap on top of that, thing is going to be bullets for the other team.
Yeah, as we have a little bit of a confusion here, and the point belongs to the Urban Knights. I don't know if it was a formation setup or...
I totally missed that one. I was watching her serve routine, however.
It could have been how...
All right, we're getting some unsportsmanlike accusations.
Assistant head coach Damian Hardy was saying that fans should not be yelling while she's getting ready to serve, but And my understanding is, unless it's disrespectful.
Sports. Yeah, unless it's disrespectful. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a problem with yelling and little banter.
As Bambarino with the high over the net, and they're setting it, and the Lady Argonauts finally get some luck.
So there we go. So there's Diamond Hollis. Now, earlier we mentioned her. We talked about her game. She has a hard arm swing. She gets across it. She has great timing. She has hops. Ultimately, she gets up there, and when she's up there, and if you're not there, if the blockers are not there, they're not going to be successful against Diamond Hollis.
As Hollis with the serve, and the Lady Knights will get to work. And I like that. They try to kill it on the weak side. A great save by the Lady Argonauts.
We're going to go backside. I believe there's
a ball seemed to be tipped. Yes. Yeah, and it will belong to the Lady Urban Knights. The ball was tipped. And a great kill by Pollock.
Yeah. So Ashley Pollock, because she's shorter, she is ultimately going to be better at tooling the blockers, and that's something that she's good at. She's going to go high hand. She's going to go on your sides. She's going to catch you in moments where you're late to your block, and she's going to use you.
And there's a back set. They try to get tipped over, but Lady Urban Knights over it. And a great block, and it seemed the Twin Towers were busy. That one was led by Samantha Schaffer. The timing of that is so important, especially with two people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the timing. If you can get there at the same time, kind of put up like this, Great Wall of China, sort of vibe, that's going to be hard to get around.
As Faith Bennett will serve, she replaced Destiny Williams. And we are back underway. A great tip, and it just squeaked over. And you like the mixture. It's good rhythm. And one thing to say is that compared to last year's team, you look at the culture. As a new head coach, it takes a while to change the culture. You can't change it. Next thing you know, you're in the playoffs, or you're this great team. It takes time.
But as you can see, that was a tip by Jillian Wheaton, the sophomore. Now, she was a 3-time Pac-West Freshman of the Week last season. So she brings in a ton of talent, a ton of experience, and she has probably one of the best powerful serves. But as you can see, sometimes we make mistakes, as Ashley Pollock hits that one out.
Yeah, a little too aggressive, and sometimes that will get your opponent a point.
Yeah, however, Ashley Pollock, she was really successful last week Friday against Concordia, Irvine, yes, with her back row hits. She had a lot of kills, actually, in the back row.
And there was
with Carly Evans.
Yeah, that was a rifle on that side, as we'll see Michaela check in for the Lady Urban Knights, replacing Sadie Emery.
Let's see if she can have a few more aces, huh?
Yeah, she had, 3 consecutive aces and tried to get the 4th, but was a little too aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But the energy is there, and it's 15-9, Lady Urban Knights lead in set 1 of Dig Pink Night. And a weak side little dump there. It was easy. That would look too easy.
Yeah, that's going to be a weird one. She is an outside hitter. However, sometimes they do those trick plays where she comes in from the middle, and if you're not ready, if defense is not ready, then you're not going to pick those balls up.
As we'll have a substitution now serving for the Lady Argonauts is Jordan Assistant. And a great save by Jordan. She dug that one out. And this will continue. And tooling it off the blockers, and there's a point for the Lady Urban Knights. But what's interesting is getting off to a fast start, I feel, for all sports, especially volleyball, as you're moving, you're talking. It's important.
It's definitely a momentum game for sure. When the energy's not there, when your team chemistry isn't there, you're going to go through these ups and downs, through these roller coaster, just these roller coaster type of rallies, and you don't want to do that. So if you can avoid and just be consistent, you're going to be successful like our Lady Knights are.
And that ball was tipped by Michaela Charette, and a great job by the Lady Argonauts getting busy on that outside by Chantel Zarnt.
Zarnt's a little tricky one.
Yeah, but great job by her. She has height as well, the 6-foot senior from Fullerton, California. And maybe that'll get them going. They're only down by 4 points. It's not like this is, although the Urban Knights were up by 6 at one point, the momentum is starting to even out.
Yeah, for sure, and you can definitely feel it here in the gym.
And they missed timing there by Hollis. Yeah.
Had a nice dump back.
And a miscue between two Lady Argonauts. Hollis was caught staring, and so was Rowan Jack. And isn't that tough? How do you really get through that?
Communication. You have to, in volleyball, you have to call either mine, or I go. You have to let your teammates know I'm going to get that, and you got to have trust between each other. If you don't, then you're going to have plays like that where the ball drops in between two people, and it should not. That's the thing that upsets coaches the most, I think.
Yeah, the libero, Bambira, will serve it. And Hollis, she has some bounce, and a volleyball almost bounced our way, but she can get up there.
Yeah, she has I'm guessing what, like a 30-inch vert.
Yeah,
From here it looks like she could. Yeah.
Either whatever it is, it's more than me, that's for sure. So that's good to see. She can get up there, and she flew.
And as you know, she's a good another good one that can tool. Like Ashley Pollock, again, she is going to do that all night. And if the Argonauts cannot figure that out, they are going to suffer against Ashley Pollock.
Yes, Menchaca was also, Megan Menchaca, she, for the Lady Urban Knights, Wheaton, she's a little taller. Wouldn't you think they'd want to give her the opportunity for the kill instead of Pollock?
They're both talented. They're both talented. And it all actually depends on what the setter is seeing. Is she seeing the blockers on the other side moving towards Ashley? Are they staying where Jill's at? You know, she wants to keep them guessing up until the last second. And, if they're going to go up against Jillian Wheaton, then that's where they're planted at. But she's going to do the opposite and go to Ashley.
As the Lady Argonauts got that last point to cut the deficit to 5, and Hollis with a great dig and can't finish it. Great block by Pollock for the Lady Urban Knights. And
that one was hit into the antenna, so that is considered out. Anything hit into the antenna, as we have another timeout by the Argonauts.
Yes, Kiana Robinson, the freshman, was caught hitting that pole. But when you hit that, though, as a freshman especially, if you're in the game, you were there, isn't it? You're a little nervous, right? Even though the season progresses, this is collegiate sports, volleyball. It's tough.
And that's where experience comes in. The more playing time you get, the more comfortable you get on the court, the better you're going to feel, about attacking the ball rather than playing timid, because no one wants to put players on the court that are going to hold back. You want to swing for the fences. You want to go for it all. And, you'll be successful.
Yeah, and we're going to take a brief break. The Lady Urban Knights lead the Lady Argonauts 19-13 in set 1 here at Kezar Pavillion. We'll take a short break. Welcome back. We're just getting out of this timeout. 19-13, Lady Urban Knights lead by 6 in set 1. So we're just getting on our way. As lately the Lady Argonauts, Schaffer's been busy as she's one of the key outside hitters.
Yeah,
she's been
she is one of the
tested
key players for sure.
And Robinson tried to tip that over, and it worked out. And the Lady Argonauts now down 5.
They're getting there. They're inching their way back. We're going to be seeing a lot of subs tonight. Was not expecting that. But I wonder if that's his way of bringing experience onto the court, as Chantal Zart steps on.
Yeah,
as a middle blocker. She brings that height, a lot of height, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, as those two front people. Oh, and there's a great, I guess it didn't matter.
There she is.
Yeah, the two blockers were 6 feet tall. There's height on that side, but then that dart, it doesn't matter when you can get it through.
Jillian Wheaton, she's powerful. She's powerful. She can get up there and she sees the holes and she's just going to attack it. If you're going to give it to her, she's going to take it.
As Wheaton with the serve and getting it right down the middle, deflected off the net, but it's still in anyway.
Yep. Points
and
a point.
Yeah.
Points a point. As sloppy as it is.
The middle blockers aren't getting busy. And serving is Jack. There's a set, could have been a deflection. Hollis with a great dig.
Now Hollis has just been all over tonight. Front row, back row.
Yeah, Pollock. Oh, now we have some going back and forth here.
Got a rally, and we got out.
And that rally concluded shortly after that out.
As soon as we said we got a rally going, and then it ended.
Yeah, we've been jinxing things lately. I don't know how far that's going to go, but Even with Michaela, when we said the 3 aces, then she messed up. So let's hope we're just not going to say anything. Here's the serve.
Yeah, Michaela Charette, she brings great defensive play as well as great serving.
And trying to get that tip, and it worked out.
Carly Evans, she is a part of the Holy Trinity, that I like to call them. Her, Mariana, and Katharina all came from the same junior college in Texas. They were all recruited by Alan McCreary. He brought great talent because they bring great energy and great vibes to this team.
And Charette with the serve, trying to tip that right over on that far side. And Hollis, once again, we're going to hear her name a lot, it seems like.
Yes, we are.
As Schaffer just had to get that over. And once again, Schaffer getting it over. Pollock calls it.
So this is where you want to see if we can use, obviously they didn't. What you want to do is you want to use the free balls. You want to take advantage of plays that you've practiced or, just getting free points. A free ball is ultimately can turn into a free point. If they're going to give it to you, you want to take advantage.
Yeah, and the Urban Knights did take full advantage of that. It was a good rally. It was going back and forth, but you're right. Sometimes when you just hit it over and reset, it can hurt you because you're testing your defense too many times.
Exactly.
And there's a serving error, and a point will belong to the Lady Argonauts. And a substitution. You're right, a lot of subs already.
Yes, for sure.
As checking in is now Jordan Asenstadt.
Yep.
Asenstadt. Unfortunately, the pronunciation guide
That's a great
didn't have it. We're going to get that name right.
Yeah, we're going to get that name
break.
right, folks.
We definitely are.
As we watch Mariana hit a nice, deep swing, ultimately, like those are key. If you can go line, if you can tool, if you can go to those deep corners where nobody's at, they're key points. Also, they're key points for sure.
Yeah, serving is Ferreira, the 6-foot junior from Brazil.
Got a little trick play there.
Yeah, Zarn tried to just touch it over.
Yeah, but we picked it up.
And setting it up, all Hollis.
Hollis, that was tricky.
Yeah.
She's gonna go wrist away, and she's gonna see an open shot. She's gonna see that Pollock wasn't, that Pollock was not ready. So she's gonna take advantage of her. She's kind of not back in her base, and she's just gonna, go right over to her and see if she can get it up. But she didn't. And
here's another substitution. Destiny Williams checking in as the mid blocker, and Samantha Johnson, the 5'9" junior, is serving.
See what
as Pollock with the dart that was out, and the point for the Argonauts is the Lady Urban Knights just need one more point. But a quick thing to ask, your eyes, you can use those as a deception, right? Look left and pound right or kill right. You can always use your eyes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can. That's kind of a little bit trickier, but
and I got a souvenir. I don't know who to pass it to, but I still got it. I still got hands. But
it is the end of set one.
And it is the end of set one. The Lady Urban Knights finish it, and we'll take a 1-0 lead. I still have a souvenir. I don't know if an official's going to take this, but or I can stash it away. I'll keep it. I don't know.
Go practice your serves.
Okay, back on a serious note, what do you see as I still have this, but I don't know. This is, you want to hold
this? I actually don't. I think we're just going to toss it out of
Okay, but after set one, you like what you're seeing from the Lady Urban Knights?
I see. Well, I'm seeing, they're very aggressive. They're communicating. They're going after it. That's what's bringing this game. That's what's bringing them success. Coach McCreary and Coach Noah are doing a great job of, just letting their girls play loose, letting them just play their game, because when you put pressure on them, they're gonna be timid, and you don't want timid players. You don't want a timid team. You want a team that goes after it. You want a team that is aggressive, and you want a team that brings you wins, as the Lady Knights won their first set.
Yes, on a final note, the Lady Argonauts, they did a great job hitting weak side. They got some points off that, but a quick thing, what do you think they need to do?
I just think they need to communicate more, better passing for sure. They have to pick up their pass game. If they don't, they won't get balls to their setter, and then their setter can't set up their hitters. And if you can't have a good set, good hit combination, you're not going to be successful.
Well, there you have it. As we will start set two very shortly. We're here at Kezar Pavillion here in San Francisco, California. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson, and we'll be right back. We're back at Kezar Pavillion. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson, and there's been a lot of exciting things going on. I had a volleyball in my hand earlier. It almost hit us. That's great as well.
We almost got hit a few times, actually.
Yeah, but hey, that's the price you pay when you sit that close to the action. But
front row seats.
Yeah, exactly. It's bittersweet. But there's some key players. For the Lady Argonauts will go first, although they did lose set one. Diamond Hollis has been the bright spot.
We've been hearing her name all night. Yeah, she's hitting a 500 tonight. She has 3 kills, no errors, which is ultimately that's kind of like a perfect game for now for as far as her hitting goes. And then Mariana, same thing. She's hitting a 500, and Jillian Wheaton, same thing. She is hitting a 500. So we have a few players ultimately dominating the game right now as the Argonauts get the first point. Or sorry, excuse me, Lady Knights get the first point.
Yeah, Wheaton and Emery, the twin towers there to block that. Great job using their length to get that block. But you are correct. And then on the Urban Knights side, we see one of them's actually serving. Unfortunately, she made an error. That's actually her first error, is Ashley Pollock.
But if you see Ashley's game, she just kind of, she shakes it off. She just moves on from the next point, and that's great. You want to have, ultimately, just a fast memory. You just want to go through, just think of the next thing. You can't fix it, as Mariana's going to have to do that right now.
Yeah, as Ferreira a little too soft and set it to no one. Unfortunately, there could have been a minor confusion, but Lady Argonauts getting a point. They made them pay, as serving is Rowan Jack.
But she has a good pass right there. Kobe with the set. Mariana went a little light, but she got the point still.
And a dive attempt there, and unfortunately, Jack could not get to it in time, the 5'8" senior from Riverside. But outside of that, also another one is Mariana, like you said, she's been playing very well.
Yes. She has, she has
serve.
5 kills, 10 attempts, no errors.
By Wheaton. And Pollock with an attempt. Great job getting it to the left side. Still, even though Pollock fell, that was hard.
That's going to be a fast shoot over the net. Let's see what Mariana does here.
Safely, Mariana gets it over the net, and the Argonauts can go to work. And dumped it right over. A great dig,
Great dig by Reinhold.
Yes, although it was a great dig, you're right, to no prevail.
Edits.
As it's a point for the Lady Argonauts. Reinhold with a great hustle, a 5'6" sophomore from Germany.
And she has great hands. She just really light, very soft, and she has great movement. She can, shoot them back. She can push them far as well. She just brings a lot of versatility to the court for the Lady Knights, for sure.
Yeah, the Lady Knights making a substitution, Michaela Charette.
Checking in for Sadie Emery. Now, Sadie Emery, she is a special player for sure. She is long, she's lengthy, and she has probably one of the best snaps I've ever seen. When she throws her body in, those balls go down hard, and you do not want to be in the way. As the net was in the way of Michaela's serve. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, there's an error on there. And although she started off strong, it seems now she possibly is leveled off. Yeah,
she just has to bring her focus back in and see what she does. Ultimately, what coaches want is if you miss in one area, you got to pick it up the next. So she either has to get a great pass or a great dig these next few points, do something to make up for what she just, the point that she just lost.
There's Salou serving for the Lady Argonauts.
Mariana going high hands.
Yeah, she did go high hand.
She has such a great approach. She goes all the way back and she brings her body forward, and a nice bow and arrow with great contact. And when you can do all those steps that you've learned from the beginning, you're going to be successful like Mariana has been all night long. And I believe that was like her 7th kill.
Yeah, she's definitely getting busy. But those back sides, wouldn't you say, have to help the Lady Argonauts? Because those deflections are always going to happen.
Yes.
And Pollock, you're right, aiming for those high hands yet again.
If you watch her, she's trying to torque her body to try and bring the ball back on the inside, on the outside of their hands to tool on towards us, basically.
Yeah, as they just tried to get that over, but unfortunately,
free point.
Free point for the Lady Urban Knights. Jack could not get it over as it was out.
We do have a new setter for the Argonauts, and Nofoselu.
And there's that little touch that Hollis has. It's just a little kiss, like a little Hershey's kiss, and it gets in, and a point for the Lady Argonauts.
So if you watch, if you're watching just a second ago, Nofoselu, who just stepped in as the new setter for the Argonauts, she brings great energy. She seems very competitive, very into this game. So I wonder if she'll kind of be like a game changer for the Argonauts, see if they can come back from their deficit.
Yeah, possibly, as right now we are tied at 5. Pollock try to get that right over with the touch, but
Great
it doesn't
dig
work.
by Selu.
And
However,
that one's out.
Yeah, that was out. Martinez.
Yeah, put a little too much on that one. Martinez, the sophomore from Tracy. Very local, relatively.
Very
as
local.
it's 6-5. The Lady Urban Knights lead NDNU, as it is Dig Pink Night, as we will be saying throughout the broadcast.
Oh, there she goes. Nice little top spin serve. Now those ones, if you can, like I said, if you can get on top of it, if you can have a great snap, they're pretty hard to pass. They're like bullets.
As Renhold faked the set and just dumped it right over, the Lady Argonauts were not ready for it, and an easy point for the Urban Knights.
She's pretty infamous for those ones. She's tricky. She sees when you're not ready, when the blockers are ultimately trying to cheat to start their approach early, and then she's gonna just put it right where you're not. So.
As Hollis, as Charette tried to dig it, and they're trying to run towards the seats, but unfortunately, that ball carried too far, and a great kick. Now Hollis, she can rip your arm off.
Yeah, she has a great arm swing. She's very powerful, and I think it's because her approach is very strong. The way she approaches the ball, she has this mindset of like, I'm going to kill this ball, and that's what is going to happen.
It's a mental mindset you have to have. As a great ace over there by Hollis, but that mindset, not everyone has that mindset. Hollis, we see, very aggressive. It's nice to see that when you're with the player team. Excuse me, that was actually a serving error, and the point belongs to the Lady Urban Knights. It's 8-6. But yeah, that aggressiveness is important.
Let's see what Reinhold can do here. Now Reinhold she's good at serving shorts. She can, she can serve the ball deep. She can serve the ball short. Katharina with a great dig. Mariana, nice backswing.
Trying to get it over Ferreira.
She uses her hands a lot, which is funny.
Yeah, no.
I think it's because she's so tall that she can't quite, get underneath the ball.
Yes.
She's like right there.
A quick set and kill, and Wheaton just quickly got it over. Sometimes when teams don't expect you're just going to go over there and pound it, it's an easy point.
The thing I love about Jillian Wheaton's game is she's so calm. Her face never changes. She's just the same. She's just very consistent in how she does it. I think that's why she's so good. She doesn't get too hot, she doesn't get too cold, she just stays consistent the whole game.
And a great job by Kiana Robinson getting busy and getting the kill as she tooled the blockers there and to deflect it out. Great job.
Samantha Johnson checking in for serve. Let's watch to see what Samantha Johnson, what kind of serve she brings to the table. Nice little spin.
Reinhold, great block.
Now, Emery's going to have to try and find a way around that because she has not been very successful tonight as far as her, kill percentage. But if she can find rhythm, if she can find the holes, then she's going to rip it.
Yeah, try to dump that over. Great job by Zart to tip that right over. And as you said, it's getting players out of position.
Zart definitely brings that experience being a senior, so.
Johnson will serve again. And immediately getting busy is Wheaton. And once again, another point. They're doing a great job using her. Wheaton's already gotten a couple points already early.
I'm pretty sure her hitting percentage has just skyrocketed now from 500 to, I'm guessing 800. I don't, she's hitting pretty perfect tonight.
But when you have Wheaton and then you have Ferreira, on the top of that you have Emery, they're at least 6 feet tall each. So it's hard to get around those where it's blocking, or especially if they're trying to kill. That's a lot of power, and they have good height and length.
And they each bring something different. Like I said, Sadie is long and lengthy. She brings snap. Mariana is smart. She'll place the ball. And Jillian, she's just powerful. She's just going to come at you with the hammer. As
Robinson with a great job before she subs out of just dumping that right over, and that touch helps. And another point to cut the deficit to 1. It's 10-9, Lady Argonauts. Down by 1 now as Hollis.
Jillian Wheaton is definitely bringing her A game tonight.
Yeah, she's getting her hard hat and going to work. That's all that is. A regular shift, no overtime, not yet.
But watch her. Her face doesn't change. She just, she gets a kill and she just goes back to serve. Now, her serve is tricky. She has it's like a combination serve. It's like a floater and then a backspin. Has backspin to it, which is, you're trying to move at the same time. You're trying to catch it at the right time so it's not slipping off of your platform.
Yeah,
see if she does it again.
We'll see again. But yeah, you said her face never changed. That's okay. Kawhi Leonard, his face never changes. He's really good.
I think that's why I like her game so much. Is she does remind me of like a Kawhi Leonard.
As Ferreira saving it, great job, and now is just going to get it over.
Yeah, early at practice this week, the Lady Knights were working on picking up those ultimately trash balls, you know, the random tips, the random dumps, you know, just using your hands, being fast. That way the back row defenses have to worry so much about diving in, crashing in. As Carly Evans swings hard at that one, blocks
and a great
it.
block. Yeah, they were both trying to get it over. Great block.
Nice little double threat there.
Hollis just getting it over.
Jillian Wheaton with
and now we see Emery. Hollis sprinting back. She could have saved it possibly, and it's over the net. Great job to keep the rally going, Jack. And another great dig. This rally is going to go on.
Is definitely playing some good defense. See what Emery can do.
Emery, and finally kills it.
There it is.
Emery getting busy.
She has such a great snap that the ball, if she can get on top of it, it's just going to go straight down, and you can't dig that. You can't dig that.
Well, great job. You saw Hollis and you saw Jack sprinting like a marathon to get it, and they got it. They did a great job. Jack got it over.
Marathon. It was more like a 50-yard sprint.
Oh,
like
yes,
just
yeah,
like a quick one.
And a serving error there, maybe to calm down the crowd and the players. Sometimes you get a great play, and I feel like your energy's.
Sometimes you're just so up there, and then you just forget. But you gotta remember to take those 8 seconds to serve. Take your time, go through your routine, and then just focus on where am I trying to place this ball.
Yeah, Schaffer serving, and Emery flying, and getting another kill. She will sub out. Well deserved is Michaela Charette checking in.
Now Emery, now that she's starting to get in her rhythm, if the Argonauts cannot figure out how to get up and put hands on her ball, then they're not going to be successful blocking against Emery for sure.
And deflected off some Lady Urban Knights, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Argonauts. And you know, despite having all these great kills by the Lady Urban Knights, the Lady Argonauts, they've responded. They're only down 3 points. That's nothing. It's still anyone's set.
Yes.
As we see Salou serving, the 5'2" freshman.
Like we said, you know, volleyball's a momentum game. So if the Lady Knights don't keep the energy, if they don't keep the momentum, the consistency that they've been bringing this whole time, the Argonauts could possibly come back and take the set from them. Or not, because Mariana just had another kill. So
yes, Ferreira. Yeah, Mariana Ferreira getting it right over. A block attempt over there on that strong side by Evans.
Now,
by Martinez.
So viewers back at home who are watching this game, we're so close that we can actually see how aggressive Mariana's approach is, and I think that's why she's been so successful. She has such a wide hand when she's hitting the ball. She's trying to get as much coverage and then as much power, just like Pollock, who tips it right back to them.
Pollock tried to get over. Great save and getting it. No, Jack could not get it over. It was a great dive attempt, though, by Schaffer.
And those 3 points are that they're just giving to the Lady Knights. That's what's eating them alive right now. All the mix-ups, all the things that, you know, they need to clean up. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to come back from this 5-point deficit.
Yeah, those little details are important. It seems on this side, Lady Argonauts, a lot of deflections that just aren't going their way, and sometimes that's the name of the game. But we have a stoppage of play as of now, cleaning up a wet spot.
And that's actually a technique that coaches teach players. They tell them to, you know, ask for the towel and just kind of slow the game down. Let us have a breather without calling a timeout. You know, so take your time wiping, pretend that there's a spot on the floor. Just let us breathe and think for a second.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
It is very smart,
Ferriara with the change-up serve. And the point belongs to
Lady Knights due to a double. Now that's a setter violation, and we have a timeout from the Argonauts as the Lady Knights leave 17-11.
Yes, the Lady Urban Knights leading it by 6, as you said, and the momentum at first, it evens out. The Lady Argonauts contain the Urban Knights, getting what they want, but then shortly after that, we see errors like that. I believe you cannot have mental errors like that.
No, you can't have errors, because if you have too many errors, then you're just giving away points, and why would you want to do that?
Right, no one likes free points. Free cheese, no one likes free cheese, except for your opponent. They like the cheese free.
Exactly.
But we'll take a short break. The Lady Urban Knights lead at 17-11 as the Lady Argonauts call another timeout. And let's see if they can figure it out, as they're only down 6 in set 2. We're back as we're going to start set 2.
We're back fast. That was quick.
Yeah, that was very
like
fast. Yeah,
seconds.
set 2 going to start up again as it's 17-11. The Urban Knights trying to take a 2-0 lead. But in the Pac-West Conference, assist is a stat that is kept, and they're neck and neck. Academy of Arts at 9 and Notre Dame de Namur's at 10. The Urban Knights average 10.5 assists per game, and the Lady Argonauts are right behind them at 8. So it's important to share the rock and move it around.
I'm wondering too if after tonight, if their stats are going to, if the Lady Knights stats are going to shoot up after how many kills they're getting tonight. They have 2 players hitting over 500.
Yes, back-to-back blocks by Martinez, leading the strike, and supporting her was Williams. And Pollock, she was a little, what's the word? I'm trying to think, a little hard head. She didn't like it the first time. She said, I'm going to do it again. But they stood their ground. Great job.
Ashley Pollock, she is that kind of player. If she's not successful the first time, she's going to come at you again. She doesn't care. She's not scared.
And another great block. And the point will once again belong to the Lady Argonauts. And Williams was involved in both of those blocks. She's getting there. That time it was with Hollis.
And Williams isn't even that tall compared to Evitz. Evitz stands as, 6'2", and I'm guessing Williams is like a 5'9", 5'10". But she has hops, yeah, she has hops. So she's going to press. She's going to, bring that block over to you, and she's going to shut you down, like how she's been twice already.
As Martinez with the serve. Pollock again. Learned from the last 2 times. She snuck it by him.
Now, Pollock has a good cross-body arm swing, and so does Evans.
And that's what we just said. Evans at 6'2".
Yep.
It seems she's just able to go down very smoothly. She doesn't need to get up as high as some of these other players like Pollock.
When Evans is on top of the ball, when her approach is right, when her timing is right, and, if there's no blockers or if the blockers are late, she's going to kill that thing for sure.
As we do have a good crowd here at Kezar Pavillion. We have a small stoppage of play.
Yep.
But during this time, we might as well talk about the Urban Knights app.
Oh,
you want to get in on that one?
Urban Knights app. You can download it anytime. Sorry, excuse me. Download it anytime where it has live scores and stats, recaps and highlights, game information. It's just a great app to have if you're an ARTU fan. I've downloaded it. Anthony has it as well. It's nifty, so it's great. It provides you with the rosters, with player bios and stuff. So yeah.
Well, it's nice when you can have an update of especially if you're family, friends of a player on any sport, whether men's or women's, basketball, volleyball, baseball. They're there. There's a serving error. But you're right. It's a great app to keep involved with your school or as a family with your, with your player that you like.
Yes, for sure. Player or coach or, whatever. However you want to support them, download the app.
Yes, this is on the App Store, so be sure to download it. As Hollis with the serve.
Now, Hollis went high and deep, which is interesting.
And
but
yet
Wheaton went down straight in.
Yeah, Wheaton went down, and Wheaton had her Wheaties as she's throwing down hard.
She's such a strong girl. Like, she honestly.
It looks that when the Lady Urban Knights are getting ready to kill, there's at times where the Argonauts, they don't have anyone to block. And why is that?
And that's what that's what I've been saying all night is if the block isn't there, they're going to take advantage of you. They're going to come at you with everything that they got, and that's why they're so successful. That's why they're leading by 6, as they are only 5 points away from another set win. Let's see what Reinhold does here.
Yeah, Reinhold serving, and it dips down really fast. Robinson.
Those are called, I believe, bombers. That's what I grew up. That's what I grew up. Yeah, calling them bomber serves.
As Robinson again, Pollock helping with the deflection, and now she's looking for the kill, and a great block that unfortunately could not be saved. Great job by the Argonauts, turning defense into offense.
Yeah. Katerina, she did get a touch on that, however, it went a little too far away, and we're going to see the towel trick again with Emery, trying to find a spot, slow down the game, let the girls breathe, without taking timeouts. It's a very, very common thing that, volleyball players do.
Yes, it's 20-15. The Urban Knights lead the Argonauts. The Urban Knights lead it 1-0. And the Argonauts trying to knot it right back up. Wheaton again.
Jack picking it up.
Great dig. Hollis just going to get it over through a changeup, and it worked out. Hollis has been, even though she's not even as close to the net, she finds a way to make an impact.
Yeah, she does. And if you watched her, if we had replays, but if you watched her, she dropped her elbow and kind of came underneath and on top rather than following through, coming at them high, which is, you know, that changeup where the ball drops rather than going deep.
Yes,
Emery.
tried to just
Emery
get it
did
over.
what she had kept her elbow high. She kept her follow through long, and she snapped it all the way deep. Now those are probably going to be the most successful kills.
Yeah, and Van Buren kept that alive by hitting it straight up and allowing that play to happen.
Yes.
So great job by the defensive specialist.
Yes.
It's 21-16. Urban Knights leading by 5, trying to close out set 2. Robinson hung in the air a little too long. And now we have a Skittles rainbow ball. Robinson dumping it over.
Well, let's see what Emery does.
Emery with the dart, but a great dig that actually resulted so hard the ball went to the other side.
And Mariana with another tool.
Yes, those defenders being used yet again, and the Urban Knights firing on all cylinders as of now, but it's 22-16.
Argonauts are going to take another timeout, yeah. As they should. They should take another timeout.
Right, to stop the momentum. But with all these timeouts, it's a little frustrating, right? When you got to go over like, okay, now instead of this, we got to do this.
It's almost like you're pausing and you're just trying to, you want to bring that momentum, but when you pause it with a timeout, it's like you're just stopping the play. And sometimes I don't think timeouts are the best, way to try and come back. Sometimes I got to think you just got to let them play through it, unless it's, so bad, which I don't think they're doing as bad as they think they are.
Yeah, it's funny you say it. Before we go to break, a popular coach who does do that is Phil Jackson. When he used to coach basketball, it would be a 6-0 run, but he would let his players play. And let's see if the Argonauts can do the same thing after this timeout and get a run as they're down 22-16 in set 2. We will take a quick 30-second break. We're back at Kezar Pavillion at Dig Pink Night, and also athletes backing athletes as the crowd's filled with other student athletes from other sports. Pollock with the serve, and it's an air. Hits the net immediately, and that is not how you want to come out of a timeout, but good for the Argonauts. They get the ball now.
Sometimes that works. When you call timeout, it gives the other team more time to, kind of relish on their, their win, I guess, or like their momentum, but then stuff like that happens.
And they tried to do a back set, but Emery lost her footing, but now trying to dump it over.
By Emery.
And just getting it over was Schaffer.
Mariana just doing a nice little roll shot over the block.
Martinez. Ferreira again. Martinez tips it. It was a hard strike, and the point.
Net violation by Jillian Wheaton. Jillian, she's had a few net violations, especially last weekend. That's what I believe the Lady Knights struggled with against Biola, was they had so many free points giving to Biola, just like the Argonauts are doing with us tonight.
And it's Ferreira just getting it right over. You're right, those net violations, they hurt you because they add up.
They kill it. They just kill the energy. They kill the, like what, miss serves as the, Lady Knights take a timeout, their first timeout of the match, I believe.
Yeah, it is their first timeout. Alan McCreary calling the first one. He hasn't had to use them because the teams are playing well, but when you're on a run and they get 3 consecutive points, you need to burn one because you do have the lead.
So now he's going to try and do the same thing against them, give them time, like they're on a momentum ride, let them ride it out, and let's see what they do here. We will see you guys in about 50 seconds. We'll be right back.
As we're back, 22-19, set number 2, as the Lady Urban Knights won set 1, and they're trying to take a commanding 2-1 lead. And right away, they go to their best person for the kills.
Jillian Wheaton. We have said that name about 50 times tonight as Carly Evans steps in.
Yeah, so a great kill by Wheaton, and now it's 23-19.
23-19.
Yeah.
Do you know where that number is from?
23-19.
Monsters Inc.
Oh, yeah, 23-19. Yeah, we got a 23. Yeah, that's right.
We have a lot of illustration and animation majors here at the Academy of Art, so they love, a lot of Pixar. I believe Emery interned with Disney this past summer, so we have a lot of talented girls both on the court and off the court, fun fact.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting foul. I was trying to put that together. Schaffer dumped it over. Great job with the touch. And now the deficit's to 3 as they do not want the Urban Knights to have this 2-0 lead.
Mariana having a little offset pass. She gets it over. Let's see what Schaffer does.
And
she drops it.
Right over, and the momentum has shifted. You can tell they want this one back.
Yeah, they do. Let's see what McCreary does here. He seems very calm. He's a very calm coach. Same thing with Coach Noah. I think they just have the same wavelength. They work well together. So Evans with the hammer.
Yeah, Evans, great dig over there on that weak side. Pollock gets it up.
Evans has not been as successful as she usually is, and I think it's because she's hitting everywhere that they already are, and they must have done their scout work on her for sure.
And Ferriera, and it's out, and now the lead has been cut to 1. 23-22, Lady Argonauts have been swinging the momentum. They're now, on a 6-0 run?
Yep.
6-1 run. It's been a great job, and this is anyone's set.
Yeah. Mariana with another set
pass. Great block by Martinez.
Let's see what Pollock does here. Nice little roll shot.
Reset. Martinez challenging Pollock with a great dig.
Yes. Ashley Pollock has been all over the court tonight.
Yeah, they know how pivotal this second set is. Hollis dumping it over.
Let's see what Reinhold decides to do. Emery gets up there, rolls it.
Hollis again on that weak side. Great
save. Great rally. Pollock just free balls it over, and another tip.
Bambira could not get there with the diving attempt, and now we are knotted up at 23. This run has been huge. You can see assistant coach on the Lady Argonauts side, Damian Hardy, expressive, clapping his hands, getting them excited. This set 2 is pivotal usually.
It is. It can always be that momentum shifter, heading into the set 3, set 4, set 5 sometimes. But yeah, if the Lady Argonauts can keep this momentum, then they're going to probably come out on top of this set.
Yeah, as we're on that brief timeout, we'll talk briefly about some other topics, including the last matches for both teams and how those fared. But as of right now, we're knotted up at 23 in set number 2. The Urban Knights lead it 1-0. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're back, knotted up at 23 in set number 2, a very pivotal set, but you could tell Coach McCreary, he was putting his hands down saying, calm down.
Yes. Pollock with a great high pass. Evans hitting high hands.
And Martinez, her job's to just get it over.
Yeah. Evans going high hands again. They definitely, they scouted Evans because they're everywhere that she is at right now.
Well, these matches, you could tell even later, and a great deflection, a block that fired right back at her. And the Lady Argonauts take the first lead in this set.
First lead, I think, ever in both sets, actually.
Yeah, and it's pretty unique. What's interesting is interim head coach Margaret Billingsley and Damian Hardy, they're both taking turns standing up. It's like they're, as an interim head coach, it's nice to have some help as Martinez sneaks it over and they win set number 2. What a great momentum shift for the Argonauts.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like we mentioned earlier, they had to, pick up their energy, pick up their consistency, and that's ultimately what they did. So they came out on top. They were the more successful one as they won 25-23 against the Lady Knights.
Well, what's crazy about that is it was 16-19. Yeah. The Lady Urban Knights were leading. They went on a 9-4 run to close that off. That is a huge momentum shift heading into a pivotal set 3 now.
Yeah.
So that's big. Any last touches you'd say on the Argonaut side? What adjustments did you say they need to figure out? Right now, it seems they adjusted. Evans has not been able to get anything.
Evans has not been able to get anything, so I wonder if Coach is going to bring in another middle blocker, if he's going to try something new, try and maybe flip the rotation so she's going up against different blockers. And yeah, and then we'll see what happens there. But I'm excited for set 3 for sure.
Well, yeah, we'll be right back. 25-23. The Lady Argonauts get to win. Bodies flying everywhere. It's going to be a quite entertaining set 3. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Kezar Pavillion on Dig Pink Night. We just saw some students playing cornhole, and I think the women's sports team beat the men. They just couldn't get the
I heard
the
a lot of
bag
high-pitched screaming, so
yeah,
I assume
they couldn't,
that's
yeah. It was exciting, but two teams that both lost 3 sets to none in their last match, and the Lady Urban Knights get the first point. But anytime you lose 3 sets to none by both the Lady Urban Knights and the Lady Argonauts, who lost to Fresno Pacific, and the Lady Urban Knights, who lost to Biola, it's important to get in some type of rhythm early.
It's important to come back with this mindset that you want to beat this next team because you lost, three sets to none, exactly what you said. As we have 2 errors on both sides, both points being error points. Samantha Johnson missed her serve, and Pollock, I believe, just hit it out.
Yeah, Pollock started off strong and has still maintained her aggressiveness. But you're right, sometimes she wants to make a play, but it just overrides the whole, the whole outside line, and it's out. And a great block, and she put up the Mutombo fingers with the no. And Zart led that charge. Great job.
Yeah, they're starting to adjust. So if Academy needs to adjust for sure to the Argonauts' gameplay right now. As Wheaton hammers it down again. Katharina with the great dig. Mariana just pops it over.
And that dump over the top that was just out, and the point belongs to the Lady Urban Knights. But you're right, the Argonauts, they're digging it. They're figuring it out quick.
Yep. Now let's talk about Jill Wheaton. We just got stat updates with her. She is hitting 700 right now.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's
so
very
she has
amazing.
7 kills and no errors. 7 kills and no errors.
And that weak side tip, great job over there on that side by Samantha Schaffer, the 5'11" junior. Great job. She just saw it, and hey, why would I use all that energy?
The Argonauts, they're definitely going for those zone 2 and zone 4 spots where they're just open, where the hitters aren't quite transitioned yet or in base defense, so they're taking advantage of that for sure.
Evans with the powerful kill. And Michaela Sherritt checking in. She'll be serving. We're knotted up at 3 in set number 3, as each team has won one set. The Lady Urban Knights won the first set. The Argonauts won the second set. And this is that pivotal third set. Hollis, a great block, but it could not be dug up. Ferreira with a great attempt, but couldn't get it.
As Selu and Williams check in. Selu brings some great energy onto the court, I'm noticing. She's one of those little firecracker players.
And you need players like
that.
that.
Yeah, you definitely
especially
do.
if you're struggling.
And I think right now the Lady Knights need someone to be that firecracker player for them. Reinhold with the pickup.
And Bambira setting it up.
Mariana going high hands, but Sheffer picks that one up. She extends long.
Hollis challenging that backside.
Pollock had a great dig,
yes,
yeah.
she did.
Great dig. She had a nice roll after that.
Pollock getting it over. And that's the third time that we've watched this where Pollock trying to get it over, but she always seems to go too long.
And sometimes that happens. You know, she had great success with her back row hitting last week against Concordia Irvine on Friday, and then today she's a little shaky. But what I respect from her is that she's still trying. She's still going to go for it. You know, she's not going to free ball in and just give it to you. She'd rather hit it out and have it, you know, be her mistake than you come back at her hitting at her.
As Martinez got it over, but now see Ferreira getting it over. On that backside, Schaffer just dumped it right in the middle of that area, and there was no one there. That gap is pivotal.
This is the third time that Schaffer has done that. She's just dropped her elbow. She's just rolled it right over the block, right into the campfire, right into the pool section of the middle of the court. And the Academy, they have not picked up on moving and adjusting their defense to either have their wings come in and pick that up or have their middle defender, their libero, pick that up as Mariana gets another kill.
Yeah, Mariana winding back and firing. Sometimes you hit it out of frustration, like, come on, we got to get on a groove here. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, and she's an emotional player for sure. She's very competitive, and she brings that same mindset as Carly Evans and Katharina. They all have the same mindset, and I wonder, you know, they all came from the same school.
Wow.
Williams,
did you see that?
I did.
It's like she was waiting. Destiny Williams was waiting in the air, and then was like, oh,
she had some
that's
hang
right.
time there for
I have
sure.
to hit the ball to score a point. And a great job by Williams, hanging in the air. Great timing as well. Right when the blockers were coming down, she was coming up. Or maybe she was staying there. She had so much hang time.
Does it again.
That. Yes.
Does it again.
Pollock blocked. Ferrer with the save.
See what they do with this free ball. They're just going to roll shot that one over.
Yeah, Robinson getting it out. And then we see that kill. Evans with the strike and a lot of anger behind it.
Yeah,
They're
for
down
sure.
2. It's 7-5. Argonauts lead the Urban Knights by 2. That ball went straight down.
Yeah. Once, you know, if she gets that timing, she's gonna have success with that hit for sure. Let's see what Katharina does.
And Salute.
Yep. The back set.
Hollis saving it. And there's a tip. Hollis, great job. Now they do the back set. Robinson just gets it over. Pollock.
Pollock, nice high swing, but it was dug up a Schaffer.
Yeah, the tip flying everywhere, reached over. Great job by Robinson, making sure that that ball did not go over, and saved it and got a point.
She just sent that one right back.
Yeah, she did. As both of these teams are in their conference on the backside of kills, as the Academy of Art average 11 kills per contest compared to the Namur Urban Knights, who average just above 9. But I think both of those numbers are going to go up after this one.
Yeah, for sure. Jack with the medium pass.
Yeah, just trying to get it over as Schaffer, but unfortunately it was too long. Similar to how Pollock has been long, Schaffer's kind of had that issue as well. As checking in for the Urban Knights, Sadie Emery replacing Michaela Charette. And now serving for the Urban Knights is Reinhold. Robinson dumping it over, and that's her thing. She hasn't killed a lot, but that's her thing. Yeah,
she's just gonna go nice and easy. She's just gonna place it where you're not. And sometimes the best players are like that. They don't hit the hardest, but their IQ is so high that they're like, you know what, I'm not going to put all my energy into this. I'm just going to roll it and tip it and put it where you're not.
Well, that's pretty much been all her points, but the Urban Knights have not adjusted
Nope.
to that so
and
far.
that's the key word that we're going to keep saying is until the Lady Knights adjust, like the Argonauts adjusted to them, they're going to struggle in this set.
Wheaton with a great job, cuts the deficit to 2. But you're right, the Argonauts, they've adjusted. At least for all I'm concerned, they've been moving better, protecting the weak side if they try to go. But as for the Urban Knights, it's been a different story. As there's a serving error, it was too long, and now it's 10-7.
You can definitely feel the energy change. The Lady Knights, long faces, the body language, which is, that can be detrimental to your game because you want to, body language is everything in sports, Anthony. You played basketball, and you know that if you show your weaknesses, if you show that you're upset, they're going to just keep coming at you until you break.
As Emery, the miscue off the dig, and the ball was hanging in the air so long, they didn't even know who was going to get it. And it landed near Emery, near in the area of Pollock, and a timeout by the Urban Knights. That's frustrating when you give up a point like that and you're losing on top of that.
Yeah.
As it's 11-7, not 7-11, 11-7. The Lady Urban Knights are trailing. The Argonauts are pivotal set for both teams as it's knotted up at 1 apiece in set 3. We'll be right back after this timeout, 50 seconds to be exact, as this sets are knotted up at 1 in set 3. We're back. Set 3 we're in the middle of it as it's 11-7 and make it 11-8 as Wheaton getting busy, and now the deficit's cut to 3.
Wheaton's been busy. She's not getting busy. She's been busy.
Yes, yes, she has, as now she'll be serving the 6-foot sophomore. Went to Tribuca Hills High School. As Martinez,
Reinhold
a great
with a great
dig.
up. Mariana trying to get those shots in.
And straight down the drain, Zart. Once again, no type of, stoppage. There was no type of way to get her. She had the open lane to fire it down and kill it. There was no resistance for that one.
But if you watch, she took advantage of the weak side, as you like to say, just as Evans did. Saw the open spot in the deep corner and went for that.
Great job by Evans, and same sub we've been seeing usually, Sadie Emery being replaced by Michaela Charette, who will do the serving. Started off strong in the beginning when she had, 3 consecutive aces, but now it's cooled off.
Evans with a great up.
Ferreira, off the deflection, they get the point. So off of that deflection.
Yeah, going high hands. That's a key point. Even though she's tall, she can still have a long extension and really go after it, just aiming for the tips of their fingers because it's just going to shoot straight up. And then if the defenders are sucked in, that's just going to go right over their head. And
Charette is long. Point belongs to the Argonauts, and we'll have a couple substitutions.
Selu coming in.
And Destiny Williams, who had that big hang time performance earlier, will look to get busy. Her up in the front, it's Williams, Martinez, and Hollis. They can all get up.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's serve is long.
By Selu.
Yeah, Selu, even Charette, Pollock, they've all been kind of long right now.
We've had a lot of missed serves in this game. That's not always the best. Sometimes it's just, teams being aggressive, and sometimes it's their mental game isn't quite there when they're back at the line. Like I said earlier, you have 8 seconds to do your routine, take time and really think about where am I going to place this ball? Where am I going to, who am I going to serve it to? Who's their weakest passer?
Yeah,
rushing into it isn't gonna help you out at all.
Yeah, Williams did a great job of getting up there again and getting that point. It's 14-11. Argonauts lead in set 3. We're knotted up at 1 set apiece. This is a pivotal set in the third one. And look at that. Williams up again. Off the deflection, getting the point.
Evans tried to press over, but she was just a little too far from the net. Her spacing wasn't quite there. If she would just get up and extend, literally press over, she would have, that ball would have easily went down on the Argonaut side.
Oh yeah, Williams blocked it, then had the IQ when it came up again to finish the job and kill it. She did a little bit of everything there. Pollock. And
a nice
failed,
deep corner.
Yeah, failed dig attempt, and Pollock made him pay.
Ashley Pollock, she is the type of player that can take herself out of the hole. She can be in, she can have her moments, but she can definitely carry her own and bring herself out of it.
Bambira.
Free ball by the Argonauts. And we got an overpass.
And it ended up working out.
It ended up working out. Now, sometimes you see Jarette's face. She's like a little shocked that happened because you don't ever really want that to happen where you're going to give them a chance.
Free kill, possibly. Yes.
A free kill, exactly. Free points.
As Bambira will do the serving duties again. 15-13. Argonauts lead by 2.
Like you said, she kissed the net. That one grazed it.
Yes, off that kill attempt. At first we're wondering about a tip, but Robinson, a little too much power on that one that sailed, and now it's 15-14. The lead is only at 1 for the Argonauts. As Bambira, a low serve, a great serve that results in a point. You can tell right away it was going to die quick down. Great job, and we're knotted up at 15.
But watch her as she serves. She's taking her time. She's really analyzing. She's watching coach, seeing what his call is. Are you going to serve zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, all the way up to 6? But that's why she's having so much success right now at the back of the line. So we'll see if she can carry that momentum into
the third set. We're in the middle of the third set, knotted up at 15. A pivotal one as we're knotted up at 1 set apiece. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson. We will be right back.
Will.
We're in the middle, of set number 3. It's knotted up at 15. Each team has won 1 set, and this one is pivotal. It's been evenly matched throughout. Salou, Williams. You can hear Coach Hardy yelling, corners, get to the corners.
Yep.
But doesn't that make that middle very vulnerable?
Yeah.
And off the deflection, and well, I must have called it. Maybe that should be a coach waiting with the kill. 16-15 Urban Knights. But like you said,
sorry, correction. It was Coach Casquet, not Coach Hardy. For Academy, is that what you were calling?
Oh no, sorry, saying the Argonauts.
Yes, okay.
Coach Hardy, he's been standing up the whole time, and sometimes you like a coach that is always talking.
Notre Dame is technically like one of our rivals. It's another local Bay Area team here for the Pac-West Conference. So you don't want to lose to you don't want to lose to the girls that are literally next door.
Yeah, great save by Charette off of Pollock's dig. Charette again with the dig.
Yeah, great dig there.
Back to back. Yeah, she saved it. They got the dig. Salute to Hollis. Trying to save it.
Katharina brings it back.
And
nice.
Yes, and they get it over. Great job by Ferriera. And once
tip
again,
by
that
Robinson,
tip. Yeah, that's her game, that tip. Pollock getting it over, and
Wheaton almost had it. Net violation, though, by
And
Williams.
the point belongs to the Urban Knights. But you said when you overpass or even when you dig and it just so happens to carry that tad over the net, that's when teams will make you pay. As it's 17-15 here at Kezar Pavillion on Dig Pink Night. As we want to mention again, this broadcast is brought to you by the School of Communications and Media Technologies here at the Academy of Art University. As Ferreira trying to rifle it over. Hollis going weak
Hollis
side.
had an awkward tip roll shot there.
And Williams with the block solo. She didn't need a teammate for that one.
She
She
definitely
took it on
timed that
herself.
one. She saw Mariana. She saw what angle she was coming at. Waited for a quick second and then hopped on that.
Yes, it's 17-16. The Argonauts had a lead earlier, but now trail by 1. And that ball just carried too strong over there by Hollis. One of her very few mistakes throughout this match. And that one could cost it. It's
Yeah,
a
that one
tight
just
one.
went long. Yeah, it is a tight one. As the Lady Knights are leading now 18-16. Let's see what Reinhold does here, the German native.
You can see the benches on both sides. There's usually they can't sit down, but none of them are. So the energy's in the building. Pollock, great dig by Hollis.
Selu with the back pass.
As Jack was just trying to get it over. And right down the middle, Williams, they will get the point. Was that a net violation?
No, that was not. Jillian Wheaton actually hit into the net, so that's technically 4 balls, which would result in an Argonaut point.
Got it. As that point still keeps this very close. 18-17, we're in set number 3. Each team has a set. It's a pivotal one.
Samantha Johnson with the short serve. Emery reaches.
And you can see Emery, that one looked like she kind of missed it.
Yeah, she missed it. So she went, she probably hit 4 fingers on that one and just kind of rolled in. But a point is a point.
Hey, you don't miss it if you get the point. Yeah.
Let's see what Pollock does here.
Yes, it's been a lot of points back and forth, a lot of quick ones, but it also could be due to fatigue. But, well, there's an ace by Pollock that snuck in there.
Pollock,
it hit the line judge.
Yeah, it came in and hit the line judge. But Pollock, she used to serve her jump float with 2 hands. However, if you watch her here right now, she's going to serve it with 1 hand. And I wonder if that results why she's been so successful in that ace percentage.
Yeah, back-to-back aces where at first the Argonauts thought that it was going to be out, but it died out perfectly. And Pollock, she's bringing the energy. It's 21-17.
And she almost broke a record last year, I believe, with her aces. She needed like 11 more aces to break like a school record. So hopefully, I'm assuming she's going to break some records this season.
Well, we'll see. As right now, it's knotted up at 1 set apiece here at Kezar Pavillion in San Francisco. We'll be right back to determine who will win this pivotal set number 3. We're back. If you were by the Argonauts bench, you could see the coaching staff and the players, a lot of energy. They know they have an opportunity.
They're all standing up, yeah.
Yes, Coach Hardy looks like he's getting ready to get a dig or a kill here with hands on his knees ready to go. And off the net deflection, Robinson will take it at this point.
Now Robinson, that was kind of one of those messy hits. It kind of hits the tape, it kind of rolls over. They're not the strongest, but they get points because they're so, unwavering. They're so unexpected.
Yes, coming across the middle. You can see Wheaton trying to aim for heads there, but unfortunately, it did not work out. Great job by the Argonauts.
She comes so high at you, and she just kind of winds it back, and she just throws her whole upper body into it.
Yeah, Argonauts doing a great job controlling the momentum.
Yeah.
Emery with the kill down
snap.
Broadway. Yeah. She didn't hit four fingers on that one. That was a whole fist on that ball.
That was the whole palm, fingers, everything. And with like flick of the wrist, literally. Like she, you know, in volleyball, if you can get that snap, it brings so much power and just so much like emphasis to your hit that it's very hard to dig.
And try to dump it over. Good tip over there earlier.
Mariana going high again.
Trying to dump it again, and Schaffer with the point.
Now Schaffer, the reason why she's so, you know, good is she mixes it up. She goes line, she goes cross court, she goes deep, she goes short, she tips at you. Like she's just, you never know. You never know what to expect from her.
As Jordan Eisenstadt is checking in.
We got that one right. Eisenstadt, yes.
And she will do the serving as it's 22-20, 3 points away for the Urban Knights to get
Emery
it. And Eisenstadt with a failed attempt. Yeah, Emery going high, and it was close. Eisenstadt almost had a hand on that one.
Yep, Sadie Emery, once you get her on a rhythm and she just goes, feed her the ball until the fire, you know, kind of dies down, and then feed it to the next player that's gonna, you know, bring that heat back.
Yeah, whoever's hot, you gotta feed it.
Yep, exactly.
Charette with the serve. Oh, Jack tried to get it, but either way, Johnson did the duties. It's over. Right down the middle.
Jack dug that one up, though. Great save by Jack.
Evitz and both jumping. Great job over there on that side. Reinhold and Evitz could have altered that kill attempt, and now it's game point, 24-20. Yep. The Urban Knights can take a commanding 2-1 lead.
And let's see if Charette can close this game out.
Yeah, pivotal set. Charette with the serve.
Jack with a great pass.
Going right over, trying to dump it, they get it.
She goes for that zone 4 once again. Now she's been very, very successful in that zone 4 tip because they're so tricky. It's like when, you know, your defenders are sucked in and they're too deep in or they're too far out, then they can't pick those up. They're very hard to pick up.
There's Martinez, Williams, Hollis, 3 pivotal players in the front that have all been equally responsible for a lot of the Argonauts' points, and Salou with the serve.
That was a floater, that one. That one had
and they cheated it right over. Yeah, instead of sending it, Reinhold dumps it over, and the Urban Knights win set number 3.
Yep.
What did you like from that whole set? It was back and forth, but the Urban Knights got it done.
The whole game, back and forth, you know, the energy shift, the momentum shift, but like we said, the key word we've been saying tonight is adjust. The Lady Knights adjusted, they came back on top. So I'm excited to see what they bring in set 4.
Yeah, and the Argonauts, any adjustments in particular, because they did a great job. Williams was a pivotal part of their offense. I would want to keep going through her, you would think, because they had no answer for her
Robinson
early.
too. Robinson definitely brought, you know, tips and tricks and, you know, random shots here and there, but she got points up on the board too, for sure.
As we'll be right back, a pivotal set number 3 win for the Urban Knights. The Argonauts are going to try to stay alive and force a deciding set. We'll be right back. Welcome back as a point just been scored by the Urban Knights. It's 1-0 in a deciding set number 4. As the Urban Knights lead it 2-1. Pollock with the kill attempt. Robinson getting ready on that side. Instead, it goes to Hollis.
Katharina with a great up.
And Robinson now with the kill attempt. She put some she must have heard us. That had to be it.
She must have heard us, sure.
She was not too happy with us saying all she does is like to dump it and tip it over.
Well, it's funny because you expect her to be timid and shy after what we've seen, and then all of a sudden she brings this high, deep, great, just hard hit into the deep corner, and it's like, wow, like who is this? Who are we watching right now?
Right, it's someone. If she can mix it up, it could be a key factor to make it a set.
If any player can be a mixed-up player, if you can do everything and mix it up all the time, you're going to be the best of the best because you're unexpected. You know, you're the type of player that no one can really scout you. Like, what does she do? She can do everything. How do we, defend against her?
As Jack will do the serve after the violation by the Urban Knights.
Let's see what Emery does here. High snap.
Emery, tools it off the defenders. There you go. 2-2. And it's very important when you're up 2-1, you would say, as you played in many of these games, that you got to finish them while they're down, right? Because if they force a set 5, it's anyone's game.
It's a momentum game. You just got to keep inching the momentum over and over and over again until, it's 5, until you reach 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Our coach always said to break it up into games of 5, mini games.
And that one is out. Martinez just a little too much to the right. But earlier, I wish we could have just briefly touched on it. Reinhold with a great one-handed dig. With one hand, not two, one.
She's infamous for those ones.
Yeah, like one hand.
Her body, she's so short, but she can extend, her arms out and get a few more feet.
And they're just going to try to push that one over. And right down Broadway. Great block.
Let's see what Mariana does here.
She's
trying to go
great dig.
Hands.
Martinez. Off the deflection. Pollock saves it. Ferreira again. Try to work on that backside, Talia.
Yeah.
And that weak side deflection off the net. It worked out for the Argonauts.
Those zone 4s, zone 2s, they're kill shots for sure. If you like I said, if you catch someone off guard and you see it's an open shot, go for it.
As Schaffer will do the serving.
She goes deep. Mariana
trying to dump
it up. Trying to mix it up, but they picked it up.
Hollis, great dig by Reinhold. And nothing doing.
Katharina had with a great attempt, though. We got to acknowledge that, her effort. Katharina, what I love about her game is she's all over the place, She throws her body. She'd throw her body to the bleachers if she had to.
And as a defensive specialist, you kind of have to have that, that grind edge. Ferreira going weak side.
Liberos definitely have to be queens of the backcourt.
And a failed dig attempt by Pollock. And it had to be a miscommunication. She looks frustrated, but usually that split second you're on your heels, that's when it's done. You lose the point.
She's playing middle back, so she's going to get the deep corner shots. She's not ultimately going to get those shorter ones that roll through into the campfire, into the center of the court.
As Jack getting out of the way so Hollis could just get it over.
And
Pollock's dig was too far. She's not happy.
No, she's definitely not happy. But let's see if Ashley Pollock can bring herself out of this little rut of hers. She usually does. Like I said, she is captain of this team for a reason. Her and Picabo Reinhold, Katharina, they work well together. They have the same personalities, that same grind mode, like you said earlier. As we see Jillian Wheaton here back at the service line.
As we saw Noah Cassaquid, the assistant coach for the Urban Knights, talking to Ashley Pollock probably about formation. She was confused whether to come up or back.
And I think these two, they have, a pretty solid relationship because they're both from Hawaii. So, they have that connection. Yeah. So I think he's able to step in and tell her what she's doing wrong to fix it because she's the type of player that can take it and, fix it. She's very coachable, as most of the girls on the Lady Knights are. So I think that's why this team, even though they're a little rusty right now, I think that's why they're going to be pretty successful this season, more than most in their past seasons.
Yes, they're coming off a season. They do want to forget last year. A lot of consecutive losses, only winning one match, as a violation by the Lady Knights. And that violation for the Lady Knights was on Carly Evans.
She looks a little confused about
Yeah,
why
she's saying she didn't touch it. It could have been they thought she touched the net, but she said she did not. It's either way, it's 6-5. Argonauts lead by 1, trying to force match deciding set 5.
Now, Selu's serve is deadly. It has so much movement. As you can see, Mariana could not pass that. You know, she came up, the ball looked like it was going to drop short, but all of a sudden it came over her head, and all of it, you know, there we go. And
she did pass it, but it was right to Williams, who then killed it. So, yeah, that's a little frustrating. But you're right. Look at the movement on that ball.
Movement right into the net.
Yeah, that one ball died. I don't know why.
I think we jinxed that
I
one
think we jinx everything, yeah. Maybe we should have a silent broadcast, so that way there's no jinxing. We don't have to worry about anything. But it's 7-6. The Argonauts lead by 1 point.
Like we said, ladies and gentlemen, it is Dig Pink night here. We do have one of our fellow student athletes, Zach May, who is, you know, going through his own, excuse me, I'm going.
Yeah, well, I'll help you. He does, you know, unfortunately, he does have stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And we are keeping Zach and his family in our thoughts every day as his battle wages on. And to support, please visit artuathletics.com/Zach May if you'd like to donate to his GoFundMe as he is in our prayers. And back to the match. Pollock's deflection, trying to save it, and the point belongs to the Argonauts. But another promotion we'd like to do as well is the 10th Annual Academy of Art University Golf Tour is going to be Thursday, October 24th. So October 24th, put that on your calendar. It's a little bit of ways away.
I believe it's in Livermore, if I'm not wrong. I remember that last year, but basically it's just a sponsorship tournament. Family, friends, parents, they can all join in to play in this tournament. You know, they'll have good prizes, and you'll get, you know, a chance to basically hang out with the RU athletics department, athletes, coaches, and players. So it's a fun day. If you're a big RU fan, then come out and support on October 24th.
Yes, Evans did a great job with that little touch right over.
Mariana with a great serve, but Jack passes that one almost perfect.
Hollis. Evans with that set. Pollock dumping that over. Salou with the great job. Yep, digging that up and saving it.
She literally came out of nowhere. I didn't even see her.
Rainhold to Pollock. Deflection. Williams led that block. Now we see they're just trying to get it over.
Dump by Reinhold.
Trying to dump it. That's one of her tendencies. She does that a lot.
And she does that when she
Pollock kills it, but you know what? I think Reinhold set that up because they were anticipating her to dump it again. And when you start dumping,
high IQ, high volleyball IQ, she's going to make you think one thing, and then all of a sudden she's going to go to one of her best hitters, which is Ashley Pollock. She definitely has performed so well this season as Mariana does a nice high short serve.
And
Robinson blocked.
Robinson blocked. Evans blocks it.
Evans is all over.
Yeah, she's flying. She's anticipating very well.
Yeah, she is flying all over the net.
Pollock trying to get it over, but Salou already there. Hollis has been rather quiet in this set. They've contained her well because she's been a problem throughout.
I believe that was a touch, but no one saw that. I saw a touch. So.
Yeah,
I could
Pollock.
be blind.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could have saw it. We have the best angle to see it.
Yeah, we definitely have the best angle.
As for those, if you're just joining us, it's 9-9. This set, we are on set number 4. The Urban Knights lead it 2-1 as they get the point here to now take the lead 10-9. But earlier, the Lady Urban Knights won the first set, took a 1-0 lead. And in the second set, the Argonauts did a great job finishing it, going on a 9-4 run to knot it up at 1. And then a close one, 25-23. Set number 3 was won by the Urban Knights, and now it brings us here, where it's 10-9 in set number 4. If the Urban Knights win this set, they win the match. And a dig that was too strong.
Yeah, Michaela Charette definitely had that set, that set pass, definitely too tight to the net where Ashley Pollock was not able to have a full approach and ultimately get a good swing on it.
Yeah, as Charette, she tried to dig that up, but it was tough.
Yeah, Samantha Johnson checks in. She'll be back at the service line. She's going to go high, deep with a little bit of spin.
And flying in the air, Pollock saving it. Charette knew she had to get it over. Wheaton playing that middle back spot. And
we're getting a little...
They're saying Pollock touched it.
They are, but Alan McQuarrie, head coach for the academy, is fighting for it right now, fighting for that point, saying that his player did not touch it, and I don't believe she did. Reinhold, the floor captain, talking to the ref right now.
As Reinhold trying to explain to the official what the call was, she shakes her head, does not agree with it. McQuarrie still talking to the official. Seems they had a good conversation, at least a conversation of understanding, but it's kind of out of this official's power possibly. And Pollock off the deflection.
She was definitely going for that inside 3 set. Not quite outside, it's like a middle set in between the middle and the outside, kind of like this.
And that ball hit the line. Charette was there, but she thought it was out, so she moved her hands quickly. And the momentum has taken a little shift.
As we are going to see Emery step in for Charette. Now, this is interesting. Earlier this week, Coach did mention that they wanted to test to see if Emery could play back row, if she could play all around, and I definitely think she can. You know, she's talented, very athletic, so we'll see if she can pick up the defense as she also brings an energy onto the court.
Yeah, as Wheaton in that front, getting that point, dumping it right over that Notre Dame de Namur area. But right now, it's about continue. You got to ride with it. Those lulls, you got to limit them as of right now, as it's 12-11. The Argonauts doing a great job of containing this and having the lead. But now, Hollis saving that ball from going away and keeping it alive.
Schaffer free balling it over. And Emery
with the rocket. Yeah. We've seen that time and time again, but it's like when there's blockers jumping, she just goes the opposite way.
And now Emery, there was a funny picture. There was a funny picture of her completely like bent backwards, and you can see her whole body just snapping into it. Kind of like how Reinhold's serve snapped into the net.
Yeah,
that'll happen
Reinhold
sometimes.
Not happy. Even Coach McQuarrie not too happy, but you're trying to stay positive. Sometimes it's hard as a coach.
It is, because you want your players to be aggressive. You want them to go after it, but at the same time, like, you don't want them to hit to the top of the tape. As Emery tools the blockers.
Yeah, she does.
She's on a roll here, so let's keep it on a roll.
And it's one point after the another. One time it's the Knights, other time it's the Argonauts. It's 13 all in set number 4.
Yeah.
If the Urban Knights win, they win the match.
Emery with a nice high dig.
As Pollock, Reinhold setting it up.
Mariana, full approach swing there. And they're going to free ball again.
Yeah, Zarnt had to get that over.
Emery
tried to keep the momentum, but they do get the point.
Now Emery, this is what I'm saying. You got to feed the players that are hot, and Emery is hot right now. She's definitely getting the kills. She's getting the point. She got the Academy 14-13 lead as Pollock serves.
Pollock will
nice
serve,
movement.
on that weak side, and unfortunately,
floated out. Yeah,
it's out. Yeah.
Sometimes it catches air and drifts a little bit, and that happens. But at least she went for it, so we'll see if she can make it up with the pass.
Well, it seems that too many of those serving errors. And both teams have done it, but lately the Urban Knights, it could cost them not only the set, but this match. As Emery, hot again. I guess she's trying to limit that mistake by getting all these kills.
Yep.
In this set alone, she's already been around 4 kills already.
Yeah.
And you're right, you even said that energy she brings has been there. We've seen it.
Yes, for sure. Schaffer with the pass.
And
Hollis.
Wow, Hollis. Well, we talked about how earlier she really has been kind of chilling right now, but now I think we felt her force through that kill. As it's 15 all here at set number 4, the Urban Knights lead it 2-1. And the Argonauts trying to force a deciding set number 5.
Evans
and
with the hammer.
Getting it, and now the Urban Knights have taken the lead.
It's a small lead.
Yeah, by 1 it's been neck and neck, so really this doesn't mean much, but hey, having the lead is always nice.
So for the first time in this match, we see Emery at the back of the service line. See what she does. She
and
has
that's
a nice
dart.
backspin.
Yeah, and getting it right over the net to finish the job for the Urban Knights is Carly Evans. All she had to do was touch it over. Great service, line drive right over the net.
Emery, she has a tough serve. She's going to do the same thing that she does when she comes at you at full approach and swing. She's just going to snap her wrist and let it fly and spin,
Well, they're
which
darts.
makes it very, very hard to pass, yeah.
Yeah, because it makes the ball go so up if you don't hit it correctly.
Evans coming on the backside.
Yeah, great save, and the Argonauts stay
Hollis is
alive.
going to roll it, but Katharina was right there.
Yeah, great dig.
Another free ball by the Argonauts. Now, this is, I believe, their 5th free ball. Mariana with the save.
Yeah, she's been everywhere. Pollock just trying to get it over.
Yep, but at the same time not giving it to them.
Right, and there is Reinhold, and finishing great dig on that side by Jack. Reinhold.
Backside again.
Backside, you're right, ditto, same play. Evans couldn't get it done again. Hollis getting it over. This
Deep,
rally's
deep
been
tip,
great.
Yep. See what Mariana does here.
Mariana, no, Salou with the dig and the save, and this rally continues. Here she goes again on the weak side. No, Jack digs that one up. Hollis.
Another tip.
Good block.
by
Williams
Evans.
gets it over, yes. Reinhold, this has been going back and forth. And
The
the failed
crowd
block
goes
attempt.
wild.
Yes, that was the best rally tonight by far.
For sure. And Mariana, now, if you watched her, she consistently transition, full approach, transition, full approach. Never did she, cheat herself out ultimately of not doing her full transition and, getting a full approach in, and that's why she was so successful hitting those high hands.
Yes, it's 18-15. The Urban Knights lead by 3 points to the Lady Argonauts. That was the best rally tonight by far, but we'll see after this Argonauts timeout if they can sustain this run or try to get this over to the next deciding set 5. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. We're going to see if this match will conclude or go to a deciding set 5 as the Urban Knights lead it 2-1. Emery with the serve. As you said, Talia, this is pretty much her first match where she's in the back serving.
Yeah, and she's been very successful. As you can see, she kind of puts them out of place.
As Emery
has a nice high dig.
Reinhold.
Mariana trying to go high hands. I think that's her favorite thing, is the high hands trick.
It might be, and Martinez with that big point to sustain that momentum. And
she
now
went line on the right side, which is a tricky one. If you're a right-handed hitter on the right side trying to go line, you're ultimately going wrist away. You're trying to go, opposite of what your body is normally trying to do. If you're left-handed on the right side, you're gold.
Right, as Kathleen Martinez served, and a confusion there by the Lady Urban Knights.
Shrek checking in for Emery.
Yes, she will. Emery, a substitution well deserved. She did a great job while she was in there.
She did her part.
Yeah. 18-17, Urban Knights lead it by 1. Martinez with the rainbow
one,
serve, yeah. And try to get that over, and a bad tip on that side, and the Urban Knights pay the price. Bambira couldn't really get grasp on it and deflected it backwards. Now we're knotted up at 18 again.
Yep. See what Martinez does, another short serve. Katharina picks that up. Mariana.
And with the kill attempt, but she's out, and the Argonauts will get the point.
But she's staying loose, she's staying happy, and she looks like she wants the ball again, so we'll see if Reinhold gives it to her.
Well, Evans and Ferreira, they're going to have to get busy here. They need both of them right now to get some kills. Ferreira got that one. Let's see what she can do here. And there's a block that also,
another tool.
Yeah, great job by the Urban Knights. And now it's back and forth. This is big. They know Argonauts know if they lose, it's over. The Urban Knights know if they lose, it could be a deciding game, you know, set number 5.
It is a tied game right now, 19-19. Mariana back to serve. She does a nice straight floater.
And Williams, they were trying to get it to the motor. Couldn't work. Pollock.
Pollock!
On that side,
Nice
rifled in a
line
big
shot.
point. 2019. You can see Coach Hardy on the Argonaut side saying, all right, let's calm down. It's a 1-point deficit.
Pollock doing a great job of finding that open shot, that open hole on the court, going straight for that line.
Ferreira getting it right over the net. A perfect serve. As you can see on the Argonaut side, a little frustrated, but then again saying, hey, we're all right, we're all right.
2-point deficit for the Argonauts as the Lady Knights lead 21-19.
As Jordan Eisenstadt said, hey, my bad,
Yep.
on that attempt. And now
you gotta do that sometimes. Sometimes, you know, just take credit for what you did and then move on to the next point.
And there's another point for the Urban Knights. Ferreira again with an ace, 22-19.
The crowd definitely brings some energy as we get a timeout for the Argonauts with the Urban Knights leading 22-19. It'll be interesting to see how they come out of this. It could either go one of two ways. The Urban Knights miss their serve, or they serve it and the Argonauts come back with a kill or a tip or whatever that they've been doing all night. So we'll see what happens right after this when we come back.
Let's see if the Lady Urban Knights can get the job done. Both benches are on their feet. It's 22-19 in a deciding set number 4. The Urban Knights lead it 2-1. If they score 3 more points, they win this match. Robinson.
A tip by Robinson. And a dump by
And
Reinhold.
that dump results in a point.
That was
Reinhold,
an aggressive
she's sneaky.
one. She grabbed that one
sneaky.
and she just chucked that one through the blocker's hand.
She is very sneaky. She's like that raccoon you can't get in your backyard. She keeps moving and getting what she wants. And
never know where she's coming from.
yeah, you never know, as it's 23-19, 2 points away for the Urban Knights. Hollis
with
the
block.
smash, but it's blocked. Pollock helped, and also assisted by Evans. It's 24-19, game point for the Lady Urban Knights.
Go. Everyone on their feet now inside Kezar Pavillion here in San Francisco, California, as the Lady Knights lead 24-19. Mariana back to serve.
Yep, Ferreira, the deciding point. Salute. Hollis gets it over. This could be it right here.
Ball pass. See what Pollock does here.
With a great block by Williams and Robinson. They're not done quite yet.
Yeah, they're not done quite yet. They're here to play. They're trying to, you know, like we've talked, they're coming off of consecutive losses right now. 6, I believe. Am I not, you know, Anthony, is that right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, they're trying to come back from these consecutive losing streaks. So we'll see what they do here. Katharina with a nearly perfect pass out to Pollock.
Pollock trying to get the job done. A great block by Robinson and Williams. Reinhold trying to be sneaky again, but Robinson was on it. Robinson getting it over. Reinhold. Still down the middle. I was getting ready to get excited.
It's all night.
And Charette tried to dive. She dived too early, and she couldn't get to it.
That's about her not getting her reads done. You know, she needs to watch the hitter. She needs to watch the blockers. What's open? What are they trying to do? And Coach McCreary calling a timeout, telling his team, you know, it's all right. It's okay. Let's just calm it down. We still have this lead. And I think if teams can consistently think like, hey, we still have this lead, like just keep this lead, keep this momentum, they can close it out fast.
And it's 24-21. It's only 1 point left, so we will not go to any short break due to the fact that it's just 1 point. But
we want to keep this excitement rolling.
If you're the coach on the side of the Urban Knights, Coach Alan McCreary, aren't you telling your team, hey, we just need 1 point?
Yeah,
That's it, 1
exactly.
point,
That's
right?
You know, you just want to close it out. You want to, in any sport, you know, you're a former collegiate basketball player too, and in any sport, you want to just keep the momentum. You want to start strong, you want to finish strong. You know, there's definitely going to be ups and downs on the game, but I think right now with Coach McCreary, he's just telling his team, we still have this lead. We started off strong. We're going to finish off strong. Let's take this win. Let's take this big home win with this huge crowd for Dig Pink Night.
On Dig Pink Night, yes.
So, yeah, just get the job done ultimately.
Yeah, the fans are on their feet. Let's buckle our seatbelts. Let's see if it's going to be a quick point, and then we can unbuckle them, or are we going to get another set? So let's go. Let's get it going. It's 24-21. The Urban Knights with the game point, trying to finish it in 4 sets. And here we go. Hollis with the serve. Fans waving as if it's over already, and it is. Hollis with the serving air, and that's
crowd
it.
Goes wild.
Yeah, the crowd is going crazy. Students jumping up and down, throwing towels
we
like
heard the famous Titan song being sung of Na 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 Na.
Yeah, hey, goodbye. Yeah, very.
The game
great
wasn't even over, and they were already singing.
Yeah, I know. I guess they knew more. They didn't jinx it like we have done throughout this match. But a great win. You can see the celebration, and this is probably one of my favorite parts in sports like volleyball, especially hockey.
Yeah.
You know, you shake hands with your opponent after the game. You don't get that a lot in some sports.
Yeah, for sure.
So, hey, thank you for joining us. But quick last notes, the Urban Knights, big win. What do you think? How can they build on this moving forward?
Well,
Doesn't get any easier.
You know, moving forward, they just came off of a last loss last week, Saturday against Viola. And I think they came into today very prepared, very focused. You know, they definitely did their scouting work. They worked well together. They just stayed consistent throughout the whole match. Just knowing where they were at on the court, knowing and trusting each other, and ultimately just coming out on top with this set 4 win to a 3-1 win tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, and final thoughts on the Argonauts. They've lost 2 of their last 3 after ending that losing streak.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back? This one, I mean, these sets were close. It's just they fell a little short. What can they do to build?
Cleaning it up. You know, no more free. They had, I believe, like 7 free balls. Just being more consistent, cleaning up their serves, cleaning up their defense game, their pass serve receive. They definitely get that, back into shape. But other than that, they have some great hitters. They have very versatile hitters, very versatile players. So I think if they can play off of that, clean up their defense and pass serve receive, then they're solid.
Well, there you have it, and well. The Urban Knights get the win, 3-1. They win the match and get a big one, their 3rd of the season, and let's see, or their 4th of the season, excuse me. Let's see if they can carry that into the future, and we may have to be on for a little longer. I'm not quite sure yet.
I'm sorry, what?
As we were going to close it off, but we are going to close it off. Thank you for joining us at home. The Urban Knights win it 3-1 here at Kezar Pavillion in San Francisco. I'm Anthony Silva with Talia Thompson. Good night.
Good night.